The human touch is what clients will remember most in the insurance process. It defines your brand. In this session, Van Ameyde and Simplifai dispel the myth that technology lessens customer experience. Van Ameyde Group is a full-service provider for the global insurance, claims and risk management markets. What sets them apart is their local insurance expertise, efficient BPO services and a robust set of innovative IT solutions. Joining Van Ameyde on stage is Simplifai. Simplifai empowers insurance companies with their AI-powered automation platform. This platform eliminates inefficient processes, which in turn decreases costs while improving customer satisfaction. Please welcome Van Ameyde and Simplifai.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for joining our deep dive session today. It's nice to see so many smiling faces in the crowd. My name is Ayla Wals, and my colleagues and I are here this week in collaboration with Simplifai. So we are here to delve into the exciting world of innovation, efficiency, and progress. We really believe in the power of technology to transform the way we work, to streamline our processes, and enhance our existing capabilities. We are committed to providing solutions that not only meet the needs of today, but also anticipate the challenges of tomorrow. So I'm very happy to have the privilege today to introduce two remarkable companies, Van Ameyde and Simplifai. Last year, we were at the DIA Barcelona, and we were able to share our vision for the future with everybody. And today, I'm really happy to report that we have made very big strides in achieving that vision. With the innovative solutions that Van Ameyde and Simplifai have created, our insurance clients have experienced unprecedented levels of efficiency and effectiveness in their claims operations that they have outsourced to Van Ameyde. In phase one with Simplifai, we went from 10,000 automated emails per month to 100,000 automated emails per month. And in phase two, we're looking forward to delving into the intricacies of the implementation of Insurance GPT, the specific use case that it supports, and of course, providing you all with a more technical perspective on Echo, our back office claims handling platform and AI automation with Simplifai within Van Ameyde. So, without further ado, I'd like to introduce our first expert speaker, Marco Valkenburg, a Van Ameyde veteran of over 20 years already. So he has been in numerous roles within Van Ameyde, but today he is our Director of Digital Innovation. So Marco, to ease us into our discussion, would you please, for those of us who may not know, introduce Van Ameyde a bit and tell us about their main offerings?
Yeah, okay, thank you, Ayla. Van Ameyde, well, to start with, taking away one big mistake about Van Ameyde. We're not an insurance company, we're not a broker, we're not a tied agent, we're not an MGA. We are a third-party administrator that handles claims on behalf of insurance companies, lease companies, large fleet owners. So we're not an insurance company, which also is relevant for the perspective of this deep dive.
Yeah, you make it sound like there's a lot more that we don't do than
actually, to give you a bit about the idea about the volumes we're talking about, we're active in more than 40 countries. We have 1,600 employees. We handle close to 1 million claims a year. And from document volume perspective and email perspective, that means that we are dealing with more or less 2 million emails a year, 5 million documents, which are all being processed with the technology, and all being processed into our Echo claims handling back office system, which is an in-house built system that is used throughout our organization.
Okay, thank you for the introduction to Van Ameyde and of course for addressing the misconceptions. Now I'm delighted to introduce our second expert speaker, Eric Lung, co-founder and chief product officer of Simplifai. Eric, please tell us a bit about Simplifai's offerings and what you can offer ideal clients such as Van Ameyde.
Thank you, Ayla. Simplifai is an AI automation company that delivers email document automations for insurance industries, typically in customer-facing processes such as customer interaction, claim intake, as well as claim processing. Since we were founded in 2017, we have grown to the size of 120 employees, spanning with the customer base both in Europe as well as in Asia. And our headquarters being in Oslo, we're spanning over the region of Nordics as well as the Benelux with our sales office in Utrecht. Not far away from here, actually. And since last year, we were in DIA as well, in Barcelona, talking about how we are going to leverage generative AI into handling claims. And today, we are actually very happy to come back to talk about how that the solution is now live and running. And we will go through some of that in today's presentation.
Okay. Thank you very much. And now that we've gotten introductions a bit out of the way, Marco, if we start with you and we look back at the past year within Van Ameyde, could you tell us a bit about that, where we are, how we got here, and of course the big why?
Well, why? I think everyone is having the same challenges as we have with finding staff shortages that we need to deal with. Besides that, always the challenge of keeping or trying to exceed your clients' expectations, but also to keep your employees happy and make them doing useful work. So we started a hyper-automation program a couple of years ago, and as part of that initiative, we started with the implementation of the AI and machine learning technology of Simplifai, firstly in the document processing domain. The idea behind it is to go from busy work to thought work by our claims handlers and take away the manual stuff related to document processing. So we implemented with the first step the Simplifai technology, which extracts structured data from the documents. It classifies the documents and it quantifies the documents and it pushes it into the right process into our organization and into our claims platform for efficient handling. And the technology is seamlessly embedded in our platform, which means the claims handlers don't notice it, but they benefit from the embedded technology within the platform. And with the introduction, it saves millions of touches by humans of documents a year. And now we made the next step and applied GPT technology on top of what we already had.
Yeah, when you say the amount of documents that are touched by humans is decreased, it sounds a bit funny, but I think we need to stress the point that, of course, the human touch is applied to the most important documents then, right?
Exactly. It moves the manual work to the work where human touch is more relevant than reading documents, classifying documents, allocating documents. So that's the first achievement that we had.
The move from busy work to thought work, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Speaking of the human touch and that are provided by Van Ameyde's claims handlers, Eric, could you tell us a bit about how the day-to-day will change, maybe within our claims handlers with Insurance GPT Live, of course?
Yes. So imagine yourself as a claim handler, and you come to work in the morning and you got assigned a new case. Say it is a motor claim, somebody crashed into each other, and you look at the case. You try to pick up the information that is presented in front of you in the claim system. You will read through the documents and try to get a picture about what happened, what the incident is about. And after going through it, you realize that there are missing some documents that is needed in order to process the claim. Now, by no means is the claimant's fault. Maybe the document isn't available, maybe it is coming a little bit later. But you will still need to draft the mail response back to the claimant and prompt for the missing document. And suppose that the claimant reply a day later with the missing document, and you will see it in your work log again. You open the case, this is the missing document. But you already have gone through probably 15, 20 cases in between, and you would have forgotten what you have read. So you need to read the documents again, only to refresh your memory on what the claim is about. Now, imagine that generative AI presents you with all the information about all these documented claims right in front of you at your fingertip, so that you don't have to read through the document to realize that this claim is not ready to be processed. And this is the reply that you can use to send to the claimant. You would have saved all this time. And we expect that if only every claim handler is equipped with such a tool, they would be able to at least be more efficient by 30 to 80% into being able to do that many more claims every day. So this is kind of the dynamics that we are looking to arrange by having all the necessary information that is right at their fingertips, so they don't have to dig and search for such information. And this is what Generative AI Insurance GPT is able to do.
Thank you, and thank you for the wonderful explanation. I've seen it before, but I think our audience hasn't, so maybe it's nice to give a bit of a visualization. On the screen above, you can see what a claims handler within Van Ameyde would see in our claims handling platform, Echo.
Yeah, shall I give a short explanation? This is our internal claims handling platform, Echo. And this is the first view of a claims handler on this claim file after Simplifai did its original trick of data extraction, document classification, and document allocation. So this is the first view that we originally already had, based on the automatically processed first notice of loss as we received it. And what we did now, on top of that, we applied the GPT technology, of which Eric will now show the results.
Yeah, I think on the next slide, then we have, claims handlers always have 2, 3 monitors. So on the next monitor beside, you could probably see the insurance GPT results. Eric, please.
Yes. So all the documents that has been received, as well as all the relative information within the database of the claim handling company or insurance company, will be read in as an input to be digested by the insurance GPT model, and there will be numerous prompts that has been asked to generate such a result. All the information about the claim right at the fingertip. It will talk about the specifics about the claim, information, who it's coming from, what document has been received, and what document is missing. And of course, a quick summary is always good to have, and a response that the claim handler can use to reply and respond to the claimant. All of that right at the fingertip.
Okay, very nice, thank you. And as I mentioned, these are on 2 separate screens, so they're not integrated at the moment. Was this a conscious decision, or is that something that's to come? Or?
Yeah, so me and Marco, we spoke together and we agreed that the first stage, of course, being new technology, it's the most important is to showcase the capability of the technology, the value generation of the solution. And now that it is live and running and we see that this is the value that it's generating as expected, the next step will naturally be to integrate the interface within the claim system, Echo, of Van Ameyde, and the result will be something like the next screen that will show they are nicely merged together within one single system so that the claim handler can free up an extra screen for any other purposes.
Okay, very nice, and nice to see them so close to each other so you can easily transfer information, of course. And I think what you mentioned is that this screen can also be customized, so the claims handlers within Van Ameyde, the relevant information that you mentioned is exactly what we see, and we can customize it, say, this is important, this is what we need to see to go to the next step in this claim.
Yes.
Okay, very cool. Now we've seen, Marco, could you tell us a little bit about what it took from Van Ameyde to make this implementation operational?
Well, we, of course, benefited from the implementation we already had. So all document logistics were already in place. So before documents arrive into our system, they first are processed through the Simplifai technology. We decided to start with a small scope. So for the documents in scope, that we wanted to have the GPT technology applied on it. We create an additional step, so benefiting from the document logistics that were already in place, the documents that we would like to have processed additionally with the GPT output, we make an exit and is automatically being presented in the screen next to the original Echo screen.
Right.
So the implementation effort from our perspective was really low.
Right, because this is what we, there was more implementation in phase 1, like I mentioned,
exactly.
from the automated emails. Right,
yeah.
Okay. And if I may be so bold, Eric, what makes Insurance GPT so special compared to, for example, ChatGPT or another generative model?
Yeah, so by no means we would like to say we are better than ChatGPT. They have, of course, spent many millions, billions into making the ChatGPT model. And we're flattered to be compared to them even. But however, I would dare to say that for all the work that we have done by feeding the insurance knowledge into the insurance GPT model, we are much more relevant in the context of insurance, especially on insurance claims, and as well as underwriting, actually. So, and that is due to the fact that we have our in-house subject matter expert, as well as together with Van Ameyde, to leverage on their expertise in insurance claims. We have now tuned the model that will be very, very specific and very, very tuned to handle insurance claims. And in that context, I believe that we are much different and better than ChatGPT.
Right, a very well-trained model in the claims domain. Yeah,
that's right.
Okay, and as you mentioned earlier, Eric, this will give you, or claims handlers, all relevant information at their fingertips. Marco, how have we seen this translated into the quality and consistency of claims handling within Van Ameyde?
Well, it's not only having all relevant information at your fingertips, but it's also the additional step. What do we do with that information? So the system already suggests generated output, but also the next steps or the decisions to be made by the claims handler and all relevant information around it to support that decision. And then it's up to the claims handler to decide whether or not he should follow the suggested next step or the suggested advice by GPT. And that leads to, first of all, a smoother process, a faster process. That normally means increased customer satisfaction. The faster, the higher your customer satisfaction. And it still means that we have humans being involved in the process to validate actually what the machine or the GPT suggests as a next step or a decision.
Of course, and as we like to say, AI makes humans more human.
Exactly.
Right? The human touch is not eradicated, and the humans have the final decision, of course. Are there concrete results that we can already see in cases being handled in Echo with Insurance GPT?
As the solution has just gone live and is running, we of course would like to gather that part of the expected value gain. But from our initial assessments when we were building these solutions, we are expecting, like I mentioned earlier, 30 to 80% increased efficiencies by each claim handler. I think that for anybody who is an audience working with claims can see what kind of massive gain this potentially would become. And the reason why we are able to say that is because we have tuned the model extensively using synthetic data that does not include any private information, but it is extremely like the normal claim-related documents that any company would receive. So in a way, we are also taking our own medicine by using generative AI to build our model, tune our model as well. And that makes it a lot more relevant, and it makes it a lot more value generating compared to most of the generic models out there.
Right. And I think it's very cool, if I may say so, to hear that the model is being trained with synthetic data and also very safe, right? After hearing this, I would say that Van Ameyde and Simplifai could describe themselves as futuristic and innovative. How do you align this vision with each other, and what future innovations can we look forward to?
Well, in our view, it's always the combination of having business knowledge combined with the best providers in technology and bring that together. Well, doing nothing else than claims within the Van Ameyde organization. We think we are pretty good in understanding what's needed and what the requirements are as far as the technology is concerned. And that's where we team up with Simplifai, of which we feel they're a front runner in developing this kind of specific insurance related solutions. And well, I think that's where the power is of finding the best business and the best IT solutions and bringing that together.
Yes, totally agree. I think we are much more successful now that we're teaming up together, leveraging on the industrial expertise of insurance from Van Ameyde, combining with our technology capabilities in Simplifai. And going forward, I would like to say that our ambition is not just on handling motor claims, and we will be tackling also other P&C insurance, as well as in different geographical regions than just Netherlands, expanding into all directions, both in terms of the domain knowledge of insurance, as well as on geographical laws and regulations of insurance.
Okay, thank you. And I see we have a minute left, so out of curiosity for, I think, everybody in the audience, since it is an AI-driven solution, where do you stand with GDPR compliance and the AI Act?
Yes, I think for our perspective, it is very important that we stay compliant and avoid at all costs to be labeled as a high-risk solution under the EU AI Act. And the way to do that is that we make sure that all the suggestions, recommendations, assessments comes with justification and references so that the claim handler will be able to step in, understand why the decision has been made before they make the action. I think that's very important. Leveraging on the synthetic data is another mechanism that really helps. And every step along the way, we have to be on the right side of the compliancy.
Okay. Oh, I think that's a good note to end on. Thank you very much, Marco and Eric. I'd like to thank you all on behalf of Van Ameyde and Simplifai for attending our session. Stop by our booth. I think there's maybe a mock-up on... Yes. There's what our booth looks like, but better in person. So if you have questions, please come by. We're happy to speak with you, and have a great conference.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.